वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते 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 वासुदेवाय।
सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्वी नावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मामृतङ्गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Good afternoon. How many of you are already employed? Please raise your hands. Only one? So all of us are students only. Okay, it's good. Sacrificing your holiday, you're coming here. Great. Please see page number 102. Our lifeblood is spirituality. If it flows clear, if it flows strong and pure and vigorous, everything is right. Political, social, any other material defects, even the poverty of the land will all be cured if that blood is pure. The last quote in the same page. But mark you, if you give up that spirituality, leaving it aside to go after the materializing civilization of the West, the result will be that in 3 generations you will be an extinct race because the backbone of the nation will be broken. The foundation upon which the national edifice has been built will be undermined, and the result will be annihilation all round. So, this is a warning from Swamiji. Our lifeblood is spirituality. So, every nation has its own ideal. In some countries, to become a military power is their goal. In some countries, they want to become an economic power, right? But in India, for the last 10,000 years, if you look at our civilization, we have always been a cultural and spiritual power. So our interest actually is elsewhere, not to become a military power. It has never been our goal, and also to become a great economic power also. After independence, now we are just trying. We also want to become an economic power and military power. So you just are caught up in the race. But Swamiji is saying here that our lifeblood is spirituality. If it's first clear, all other material defects will be taken care of. What it means. And today, if you just look at our society, the existential issues are consuming people. Meaningless in life, emptiness, boredom, everything that they cherished some time back, they had achieved now. But still, these problems are actually troubling people. Meaning of life sometimes. Why this is happening? Because now, when you are not, the basic necessities of life are not satisfied, satisfying those necessities will become the immediate goal. We'll struggle for it. Yes, now you're reasonably fulfilled. Then what next? You're not able to figure it out. That is the problem. Tatah kim, Shankaracharya says, Adi Shankara, tatah kim, what next? We all know, we all have studied Darwin's theory of evolution. From amoeba, higher animal. So up to human being, we have evolved. We're on the top of the pyramid. The problem with the world is the next, you're not able to, what next? What after human being? Will we evolve into another species? No. Or people have said that organic evolution has stopped. Hereafter, from human being to perfection. No other actually, you don't have to evolve into some other species. From here, it's perfection. Perfection means, for example, people like Buddha, Shankara, Vivekananda, who have attained total human fulfillment. How that would be possible? Or people have studied this human life thoroughly and figured it out. They say ahimsa paramo dharmaha. Why ahimsa? They said the ahimsa is the means with which you will attain self-realization, illumination, enlightenment. Once you attain enlightenment, there's nothing more to achieve. You're totally fulfilled. You're completing yourself. No sense of dissatisfaction from within. You have become Purna, complete individual, complete human being. So that they have set as a goal. And to achieve that goal, they said ahimsa is the means. And to practice that ahimsa, they said you need to lead a simple life where you are not in competition with any other species or any other individual of your own being. So to practice the highest degree of ahimsa, that's how Upanishads declare, Tyage Naike Amrutattva Manashahu. Renunciation. Renunciation doesn't mean actually everybody should become a monk or sannyasi. But you need to lead a simple life. Why? Then only you'll be able to practice truthfulness, practice highest non-violence. So when you practice this, actually, you'll be eligible for enlightenment. If you just see Buddha, for example, even gods envied him in the sense that because his heart was so tender, it was full of kindness and compassion. Bimbisara was sacrificing a few goats. Buddha goes and asks him, why are you doing this? He said, some priest told me that actually if I sacrifice these goats, I would go to heaven. Then Buddha said that by sacrificing a goat, if you go to heaven, by sacrificing a human being, you will go to higher sphere. So take me a sacrifice and leave these goats. That was the degree of compassion and kindness he had, not for fellow human beings, for animals also. So there is actually the difference between human being and human being. For you to grow in kindness and compassion, today in modern terms they use empathy. But it's an empty word, but to feel for others actually, what it takes. what it takes, you have to sacrifice something, then only it becomes possible. So people have figured it out, and they said that ahimsa paramo dharma, non-violence is the highest virtue, because through this you will make yourself eligible for enlightenment. Only when you attain enlightenment, you will have total human fulfillment, where you are not in competition with anybody. So you'll be very kind, you will be soft, you'll be very considerate, you'll be showing empathy for others. All this becomes possible. So they have given us, they have set us the highest goal, where by adopting that culture, spiritual culture, you will attain total human fulfillment. Today the West is struggling. Today East is also struggling, because we are in confusion. We have not figured out our own age-old ideals, and we are just imitating them. The last 70 years, we've been doing the same. You just see the war today. I don't know where it will lead to, but if you just look at it slowly, slowly. When Second World War happened, nobody thought that it would, continue for almost for 5 years. The small skirmish in the First World War, small skirmish, small little petty quarrel started and slowly, slowly snowballed into such a big war. Have we learned our lessons? Not yet. That's why Swamiji again and again would say, you have to give this spiritual culture to the rest of the mankind and civilize them. God has given you a sacred responsibility. So it's not an ordinary responsibility. You alone can do it. You alone can, perform that. Why? You have been a peace-loving race all through the ages. No other race has practiced as much non-violence as you have practiced. No other race has practiced as much tolerance as you have practiced. You alone have the moral right and authority to preach tolerance and to preach non-violence to the rest of the world. But their record is not that good. It's very patchy. Okay? They also agree that, and they themselves say that actually, yes. So you have to civilize those races and also help humankind evolve into, the higher species, in the sense they all have to become Buddhas one day. That self-fulfillment we'll be able to attain. So this is the great responsibility that we have, but we have forgotten post-independence, because we have considered ourselves, we underrate ourselves. Because as Indians, we don't know our own glory. This is the big problem, because our education systems are like that. And now a little change is happening. We are trying to rediscover our own roots, rediscover our own core values of our civilizations. We are just actually on the job now. Actually, for the last 70 years, something of that kind has not happened. The glory of this civilization, the greatness of this civilization, the glory of this culture has not been taught to us as part of the textbook curriculum. So 3-4 generations, people are in total confusion as to what their motherland stands for. I think now actually there is some changes happening. A lot of discussions and deliberations are taking place. Hopefully in near future, we'll be able to play the role that Swamiji envisaged and envisioned for us. Thank you. Have a nice afternoon.